We're going to turn to the pharmaceutical industry now, and companies around the world are getting some bitter medicine from regulators for charging exorbitant rates, colluding to fix prices, and cheating customers in other ways. The US Justice Department has filed lawsuits in 20 states and 6 drug companies, including an Indian and an Australian firm. They're accused of colluding to push prices of antibiotics and diabetes medicines. Australia's federal court has tripled an earlier fine imposed on Reckitt Benckiser. The company's been found guilty of selling the same Nurofen medicine as a number of different medicines for pain relief from migraines, periods, and tensions. And the drug maker Actavis is being accused of breaking competition law for raising the price of its life-saving drug, hydrocortisone, by 12,000%. Let's get into this more deeply now with Craig Capitas, our editor-at-large, is in Paris. Craig, I just want to ask you, just taking the big picture, let's not get into the minutiae of these individual cases. Is this kind of a rampant practice we're seeing in what is supposed to be quite a prestigious and admired sector?
8 pharmaceutical companies in 4 countries hit on the same day. This is shocking. To put it in context, in the United States, one life-saving drug cost 25 cents, and within 7 months, the cost of that drug went to $3.70 a tablet, which is an increase of 1,480%. I'm sorry, this is criminal. The urge to save humanity is almost always a front for the urge to make money, and that might sound cynical, but when you see these kind of numbers and these kinds of cases, you got to go with that.
It reminds me of that sort of Seinfeld episode where Kramer says, they've got a cure for cancer, they're making too much money. Let me ask you, in this industry, when prices are going up by collusion, if you like, it can cost lives. It's a very serious outcome. What are the regulators doing about this?
Well, the regulators in different parts of the world all operate differently, and to a great extent, they're hamstrung. On the one hand, the public wants drugs on the market quickly. On the other hand, a lot of regulators want to take the time to make sure that they're safe and spend more money on research and development. All good things. What it comes down to is profits, and here's the question that people don't ask. How much of an increase from last year is required to keep an investor happy? And this is going on across the board in a lot of companies, and principally in the pharmaceutical industry. If you're making, just take a number, $20 million profit this year, do you really need to make $40 million profit the following year, particularly on life-saving medicines?
Well, that's the key.
I think that's a legitimate question.
It's hard. It's a hard industry to regulate because the pharmaceutical companies will say, look, if we're not making money, we can't do the research.
Yeah, well, you're right, Matthew, but let me crawl out on a socialist limb here. Let's go back to the days after World War II, when governments printed money to build schools, hospital, roads, and houses. Today's governments pretty much print money so banks can buy government bonds. So my question is this: why can't governments print money they don't have to at least pay for something that will help the people they govern survive? And I think that's a question that governments need to start asking right now before more people die. It's infuriating.
Craig, I think that is an excellent question, and we will follow up with that on Money Talks in the new year, I think. Thank you for that.